The 2026 FIFA World Cup is finally here. After years of anticipation, after all the build-up, after all the talk, it is actually happening. And it is happening right here, on American soil. And the very first match for the United States? This Saturday, June 13th. SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles. 90,000 fans. Under the lights. USA versus Paraguay. I'm going to break down everything you need to know before that opening whistle blows both teams. The key players, the big storyline nobody is talking about enough, and my honest prediction for how this one ends. Let's get into it. So first, let's just take a moment to appreciate what this match actually means. This is not just a group stage opener. For this generation of American players, this is the biggest game of their lives. They're the hosts. The whole world is watching. Every single fan in that stadium is going to be screaming for them. That kind of pressure, that weight of expectation, it does something to players. It either lifts them or it breaks them. And we're about to find out which it does to this group. Win this match, and the USA announce themselves to the world as genuine contenders in their own tournament. Drop points here, and suddenly the pressure becomes enormous going into the rest of the group. It's as simple as that. Now let's talk about the United States. Mauricio Pochettino, the guy who turned Tottenham into a Champions League finalist, who managed PSG at the peak of their powers, he's the man in charge. And he's built something interesting here. This squad has an average age of just 26 years old. Young, quick, technically talented, and playing in front of their own fans. That combination is genuinely exciting. The man everything runs through is Christian Pulisic. The AC Milan captain, the most recognizable American footballer on the planet right now. When Pulisic is on, and I mean really on, he is unplayable. He finds space that doesn't exist, he scores goals from nothing, and he just has this quality that very few players in world football have right now. He will be the most dangerous man on the pitch on Saturday. Behind him in midfield, you've got Tyler Adams, who is just, look, he is one of the best defensive midfielders at this entire tournament. The Bournemouth man wins the ball, he distributes smartly, he protects the back four, and he sets the whole tempo of how the USA play. When Adams is controlling the game, everything looks smooth. Weston McKennie adds that box-to-box energy next to him. And Gio Reyna, finally fit and healthy after years of injury nightmares, the creative spark who can unlock any defense with a single moment of quality. And up front, the options are genuinely exciting. Fuller and Balogun had a brilliant season at Monaco, 19 goals across all competitions. Ricardo Pepi at PSV, also 19 goals, and Haji Wright was the second top scorer in the entire English Championship. Goals throughout the squad, goals everywhere you look. But here is the worry, and I have to be honest about this because ignoring it would be doing you a disservice. In their two March friendlies against Portugal and Belgium, the United States conceded 7 goals. 7 in 2 games. That defensive vulnerability against a side that is disciplined and can hurt you on the counter is a real and genuine concern going into this match. Pochettino knows it, the players know it, and Paraguay will absolutely know it too. So let's talk about Paraguay, because I think a lot of people are going to look at this fixture and think it's a comfortable win for the USA, and those people are going to be very nervous by halftime. Paraguay are not here to make up the numbers. This is a team that beat Mexico during qualifying. Their coach, Gustavo Alfaro, is a tactically brilliant Argentine manager who builds sides that are hard, compact, disciplined, and dangerous on the break. He has done it everywhere he's been. And his Paraguay team reflects exactly that. They have quality all over the pitch. Gustavo Guimez, the captain and Palmeiras center back, is one of the dominant defenders in South American football right now. Matas Galarza in midfield has the energy and quality to hurt teams. Miguel Almiron, yes, the former Newcastle man, brings pace and creativity in attack. And Antonio Sanabria is a physical, experienced striker who holds the ball up and brings others into play. But the huge story, the story that could genuinely shape this entire match, is Julio Enciso. He's 22 years old, he plays for Strasbourg in France, and he scored 12 goals this season. He was supposed to be Paraguay's most dangerous weapon, the one player with the individual brilliance to decide a tight game. And then, just 7 days before the World Cup opener, he was stretchered off in tears during Paraguay's final warm-up match against Nicaragua. A double injury, first to his side, then to his lower back, affecting his quadriceps. He was in tears on the pitch. The whole stadium went silent. It was awful to watch. As of right now, his availability for Saturday is seriously in doubt. And for Paraguay, that is a massive, massive blow, because Enciso was the difference maker. He was the guy who could do something out of nothing and change a game on his own. Without him, Paraguay become a lot more predictable going forward. Now let's talk history, because there's actually a brilliant story here. These two countries first played each other at the very first World Cup ever held in 1930 in Uruguay. The United States won 3-0. And the man who scored that day, Bert Patenaude, scored the first hat-trick in World Cup history. An American, at the first ever World Cup. Not many people know that. In the modern era, the USA lead the head-to-head with 6 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 Paraguay victory in 9 total meetings. The most recent game was a friendly in November 2025. USA won 2-1. History strongly favors the hosts, but here's what I always say about football: history is just numbers. Once the referee blows that whistle, it means nothing. Paraguay's only competitive win over the USA came at the 2007 Copa América. And they will believe, genuinely believe, they can do it again on the biggest stage of all. 3 things I'll be watching closely during the match. First, can Pulisic find space against what will be a deep, compact Paraguay block? Alfaro will set his team up to be hard to break down and frustrate the USA. If Pulisic can't find pockets between the lines, the USA will really struggle to create. Second, watch Tyler Adams in midfield. If he controls the tempo and protects that leaky defense, the USA looks solid. If he struggles or picks up a yellow card early, suddenly there are gaps. And third, Matt Friis in goal. He's the number 1 for this tournament, but he's young and relatively inexperienced at this level. Starting a World Cup opener in front of 90,000 fans against a physical South American side that is an enormous test. So, my prediction: I think the USA win this. I do. They have better individual quality, they have home advantage, and Paraguay being without Enciso weakens them significantly in the final third. But I don't think it's comfortable. Not for a second. Paraguay will make the USA work for every single moment of this game. They'll sit deep, they'll hit on the counter, and they will score at least once because of those defensive issues I mentioned. My scoreline: USA 2, Paraguay 1. Pulisic scores. The crowd goes absolutely insane. And Paraguay make the USA genuinely sweat until the very last minute. That is USA versus Paraguay. Group D. Matchday 1. June 13th. SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles. Kickoff is 9 in the evening Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific. What's your prediction? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know if you think Paraguay can pull off the upset. And if you're new here, subscribe. We are covering every single big World Cup match this summer with full previews and breakdowns. The World Cup is here. Finally, let's enjoy every second of it.